still the sky above. In front of you, is a brightly lit wooden house, the only building you've seen for days. You walk toward the house, hearing the sound of laughter and talk as you reach the door and push open. You sit down to join the game. It's cheap buy-in. Not many of the players are very good. Playing two dice, 6 cards, but has no real strategy. It means your right seems to just hold on to the highest cards he has, regardless of super and consideration matches. Stand Gray across the middle. He's good. He already had a large pile of coins when you buy in. While you're winning so quickly, you can't quite catch him. One by one, you have to play through the table. Sometimes with peak, or with right humor, the enemy with you, or with Gray. Finally, this is you with Gray. You look at full humor and mix. Last hand, he deals, you draw, and last hand. It's good. It's great. The best hand, in fact, are one straight flush, spades, aces high. So the man in Gray pushes forward his whole pile. You're not sure exactly how much it is, but when you're done, you can actually play the Now, if you like, how much you wager your word? I know you can do it. Just throw straight bet. I'll ask.
Well, I think that's a good place for me to start talking. Hello, everybody. That was a very interesting intro. Didn't know how I was going to start out this video because you can't really, like, there's no loading screen to this game. But, welcome. We are playing, what is the game called? Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. And so far, it seems to be pretty good. So this is going to be, I don't actually know how long this game takes, so, but most likely it's going to be a series. And we are just starting. So we've just been gambling, and the man in gray stops you, and now I have to wager my word or not. So I'm gonna do my word because I know I have a better hand than him.
The man in gray smiles. All right then, I'll call.
What? Oh my god, okay. Oh. He's got his word. Holy crap. Dire Wolf, Chapter 1, Where the Water Tastes Like
Well,
Wine.
your luck wasn't so good, was it? That's quite the hand, but not for the game we're playing. I'm afraid you owe me. Your life, sure. But more than that, your labor.
Well, we chose the wrong choice.
You see, this land is built on stories. It's one big story, this country, woven of many small ones. Few of the small ones are strictly true, and the big story is mostly a lie.
Interesting. This is, good music.
All the stories and songs and myths and legends start somewhere, with a seed. As they're told and retold and passed around, they grow and change to become the stories we know.
That's cool.
To pay your debt to me, you'll be carrying stories, finding the seeds first and then spreading them, telling them onwards so they can begin gaining strength. This is no light task. Stories are heavy.
Nice.
Most of the stories you'll find will be small seeds. They might be true, but they'll grow wild and unbelievable with the telling.
Like all stories do.
The more important stories are the true ones. The ones people will tell you about their own lives. Those often get lost in the weaves of the big story. The more true stories you can find and tell, the more you can weave that truth into the big story. Tarnish it a bit perhaps, but isn't a dingy and battered truth better than a shining lie?
Yeah, it would. I think it would be.
Now, go ahead. You tell me a story. I'll trade you some information about your task.
I have to tell him a story. Well, there was an old... I don't even know. Oh, what is this? Tell the story of a northbound train blinking its giant eyes across the night. Yes, I want to tell this one. You tell the story of a northbound train.
Travel? That's your job. Wander from place to place, gather those stories and spread them.
Okay.
People get bored hearing the same stories over and over. But an old cliche in one state might be a rip-roaring new yarn in another.
Oh, good. So now that I've I gained information, I can go through here.
You sometimes have to make choices about what kind of story you're finding. Is it a love story or a tragedy?
Nobody knows.
Don't gather too many of one kind, though. This grand story needs variety.
Okay. Fair. then this one. Tell the story of the parting of a cloud of fog to reveal a brief glimpse of a land, promise, and plenty. Sure. I'm just gonna read all of these because I can't.
Your deepest desires, your greatest wish, heaven, Big Rock Candy Mountain, El Dorado, the promised land, that
Yep.
place just over the ridge where they all say that the water tastes just like the sweetest wine. Well, I don't know where that is.
Huh, well, thank you. You're very helpful.
It's supposed to be somewhere in this country. Ask the people you meet. They're all searching for the same thing.
Gold. Maybe? Nobody knows. And then the last... Oh, wait, no, we have 2 more. Tell the story of tossing a pair of bone dice on a blood-red velvet table. They come up snake eyes and wink at you. Interesting.
It's just luck. Funny how bad luck seems to follow the folks who already have problems aplenty. Well, try your luck out there in this country. See how the dice treat you.
Okay.
It's not all bad. You'll have to work hard, but I'll give you the gift for seeing the true shapes of people.
They're true shapes. I don't know what that means.
Not many who can do that.
Yeah, not me. Alright, last one. Tell the story of a black and gray city where every building is filled with desiccated corpses. That is a... Okay.
I'll strip away your flesh to make the journey easier, but still you will feel pain.
Huh.
Hunger, weariness, thirst, and despair. They're all part of stories, the part not often told.
Because it's not very heroic in craft, you know, people don't like that part.
And
But it's
death,
important.
yes, but don't worry.
That they tell...
As
the
long
death
as your
part.
task remains, you come back.
I'll come back to this little shed with the wolf man in it. Okay.
Go on your way, Seeker. Maybe we'll meet again, or maybe not. Either way,
Maybe.
it'll be an experience for you.
No doubt about it.
I'm jealous in some ways.
Why?
I hope you find what you're looking for.
Will do. So now that I've read all that... Why am I so slow? Alright, I'm gonna... Hold on. It's a road. Am I a giant? What happens if I walk in the... That's cool. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, can I go into Canada? Dang it. Alright, no Canada. Wait, it'll tell me my cardinal directions. So this is east. North, east, south. Yep. Alright, so let's go to this little housey thing. I can search it. Interesting.
Bungalow is being ransacked.
There are plenty of
There's
oh,
furniture
I
piled
don't have
in
to
the
read it.
front yard, ammunition heaped under the mailbox, and a crowd of clean-cut men ripping apart a car in the driveway.
It's strange indeed.
Armed, mud-caked women leaning over the porch railing share the same bored grin. One shouts at you. Lend a couple innocent gals a cigarette?
Nope, no. Smoking's bad for you.
Her nose in disappointment. The other raises a rifle, levels it at you, and shouts, "Bang!"
Okay.
A couple of the men come to take the guns away. "Keep that up. We'll move this party down to the station," one snaps.
It would have been the same. They would have been... Okay. On to the next location. Okay. Your goal is to fill your obligation to the wolf by finding all 16 characters scattered over the US and trade stories with them until you earn their trust and finish their story. So... Okay, this is supposed to be for controllers, apparently. But I have a mouse, so suck it. By having adventures, you'll begin to collect stories. When you meet characters, they'll ask you for different types of stories: tragic, hopeful, scary, thrilling, or funny. I like funny. Remember what sort of adventure you had, and you'll know what type of story you got. Stories will grow and change as you tell them. Once you tell a story to a character, it will be out in the world, and you may encounter someone else who will tell you a better version of it. These better versions will be more entertaining. When you tell them to characters, be sure to tell different stories so that you have a chance to grow them all. The stories you get from characters are wildcards. They will fit in any of the 5 categories. However, telling them will not cause them to grow, so use them sparingly, as you're giving up a chance to spread other stories. If you want to swap around the stories you tell, you can do that in the inventory. Inventory holds many mementos. Alright, so this is just all reading stuff. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna go to this little house here. Search the house. Oh, it's E. Okay.
Off the road and into the woods, you can't help but come across this package by the old tree tied to a sturdy stick. The cloth wrapping conceals, though not particularly well, something large and softly unsettled.
Bear?
Little eyes blink back at you from inside the bundle.
It's gonna be
The
a bear.
sheep gives a start.
Please don't
said
tell my
hello.
pa that I'm in here.
No, it's a
It says
human.
in a small voice.
I got you,
Pa
child.
doesn't want to live with us anymore, but I want to go with him. Don't tell him, please. I'm hiding.
Okay. I won't tell.
You tell the boy you'll keep his secret. You don't see his father anywhere. You don't see another soul for miles.
That's interesting. Okay. Okie dokie. Where are we going? I was gonna go Lighthouse. It's a very nice. I like this game. It's pretty. I don't have to walk. This is Portland. Are we in Maine? Portland, Maine? Maybe. I never know. It is most definitely Maine, because there was a New Hampshire-Maine border up here in the top corner. So we have 2 stories here in the small town of Portland. I'm gonna go hobble my way over to the lighthouse first. Search.
You can see storm clouds on the horizon, and you don't relish the thought of being caught wandering this rocky seaside road in the rain. Fortunately, you find the lighthouse door open with a daunting staircase before you.
A daunting staircase.
At the top of an
Interesting.
ornate wrought iron spiral, you're breathless and feeling the strain on your knees.
Duh. It's like 300
Rain
stairs.
already batters the walls outside. You can only knock on a heavy wooden door leading into the upper level. Muffled voices and light seep in beneath the door.
Time to be a I mean, last time I opened a door, it didn't go quite well for me, but so I'm just gonna snoop around and put my ear to the door.
Looks like we got a visitor.
Dang it.
Sounds like a man's voice, deep and rough.
Well, behave yourself. I'll open the door.
Another man, this one with a higher, more sonorous voice. I always behave myself.
This is a very good
He
voice
feigns
actor, by the way.
indignation,
Just
but
put
his
it out
tone
there.
betrays affection instead.
Alright, well,
After
wait.
a moment, the door unlatches from the inside and opens. The man before you is tall and muscular, with a hint of a paunch beneath his wide chest.
A punch or a paunch? What is a paunch?
The heavy iron knob on the door looks nearly dainty in his huge hand.
Nope.
Didn't want to be out in this rain, did you? Come in.
Alright, we'll do.
Despite the rough exterior, this room looks like a well-appointed parlor.
Well, why would it be a
There's
parlor
rug
in
on
the middle of a
well-trod
lighthouse?
wooden floor and an enormously plush couch. And sat upon it is a stocky fellow grinning through a great hazel-colored beard. Tea?
Since
He
when do you
offers,
just let
hoisting a
random
teapot.
people into your house? Like, just come on, have some tea. been here long? Wait, okay, so I get to choose. So this is like love versus what is the symbol? Was that funny? That's funny, and this is love. Or like, okay, so I'm gonna go with love.
Oh, we manage.
So it's a lonely
The tall
up here.
one sits on the sofa, casually wrapping an arm around the other lighthouse keeper. The quiet suits us just fine.
He needs his quiet time. He's a writer.
The tall one grunts.
Interesting.
I dabble. But you must have some good stories from the road.
Well, you know, I might have some.
You wake up the next
Okay, so I'm
morning on
telling-
their old sofa,
Ooh.
still warm from an excess of tea
Tea.
and cakes. There might have been little cakes.
Maybe. You never know.
Prodigious snoring rumbles in from the floor above you, and you quietly take your leave.
Will do. That was interesting. Okay. What is that? Can I walk, like, just out into the ocean? There's a little house out here. How do you get... What? Okay, so there's a border there. So this is Highway 95. I think I have been to Portland, like, modern times, though. Oh, you can... What? Hold Q to hitchhike? Oh my god. I can ride. Sorry, Portland. Alright, I'm hitchhiking. This is much faster. I don't know why I'm singing. I don't know the lyrics. Alright. Welcome to Boston. Enter Boston. I will very much do so. Ooh, red brick, green tires, trees, blue sky is the weather. Boston and beautiful is beautiful. That is until you make your way deeper into the city and get lost among the cramped, winding, shadowy, old haunted street. Yep. So we can go money. What? Why? What did I? Okay, so earn money, train station, store. So let's earn some money. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Work. You're sitting outside a department store that emphatically had no day to work available when an exasperated woman carrying a small terrier rushes out onto the sidewalk. Here, you, she says, won't you watch him for me? He keeps chewing the shoes, and I'll only be a minute. I don't really care. It's money. Thank you, she cries and heads inside again. The terrier seems perfectly content in your arms until she returns to scoop him up, leaving you with a very generous tip. Okay, cool. So, I can no longer earn money. Let's
This
just try to
city
explore.
is like no other you've been to. Crooked streets splay out in a maze of narrow passages, no two alike. Soon, you find yourself in twilight, utterly lost. Bright light crests around one corner, a car approaching.
Okay, so we didn't do this
Unable to
last
afford
one.
rescue, you
Okay,
keep
cool.
walking. The
Unable to
asphalt
afford- yep.
turns to crooked cobblestones that threaten to wrench your ankle out of place.
That's reassuring.
Was this always a moonless night?
It sounds like
The stars
walking on
multiply,
like a riverbed.
each one looking like a pinprick
You know.
through which light is exiting the terrestrial world.
Wow. Okay. This is
It's hard finding your way through in pitch darkness. You go by touch and sound,
I'm blind.
feeling the scale of the streets by the echoing of your footsteps,
How?
fingers tracing the rough surface of the buildings,
Okay, I could do that.
and then a rumble of noise in the distance.
Train?
You quiet yourself, suddenly fearful. The clear sky tells you it's not thunder, but cannon fire.
What?
The city comes alive
What?
with
This-
fires
huh?
and shouting. You find yourself trampled by a mob of men in thick brown coats,
Okay.
a phalanx of bayonets advancing up the street.
Ah!
When you come to, there's no sign of the commotion,
The war.
the war that you
Interesting.
were just caught in.
Wait, what? It was a
The
war?
comically shrill honk of a Model A running up the road startles you, and you crawl toward the sidewalk. Above, the sky is a sharp, cold, cloudless blue.
And do this one little task, and then we're gonna finish this episode up. Search. Get a little story
A
going.
dusty truck and a man on horseback pull up next to one another in front of the grocer. Suddenly, the driver and the rider, two wiry old men with identical haircuts, start shrieking at one another.
Just like, whee! Just randomly shrieking at each other. That seems like just one, whee! The other one, whee! 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 Why? Why would you do that?
The man with the truck leaps into the street.
Brother!
He
Brother.
shouts. The one on the
They
horse
don't have
tumbles
accents,
out of his
so not
saddle.
really. Clint,
Brother!
hey!
They embrace in the road.
30 years!
Hollers the driver.
This is a very good voice actor.
The
I already
rider,
said that. I don't
tears
really care.
streaming down over his face, corrects him.
No! 32!
That's a lot of years to not see
Everyone
someone.
here is watching these two older men cry and hug one another in the middle of Main Street.
Say cheese.
Cars and wagons are backing up. People are yelling.
Take a photo of us!
The driver begs you.
Say cheese.
Starts hauling a tripod out of the bed of his truck.
What? Who just
The
carried-
long-lost
when?
brothers pose in front of traffic, cry snot pouring out of their noses. As angry passerby wave you out of the road,
Shut up! I don't
each
care.
brother presses a coin into your hand. When the traffic disperses, you realize they overpaid you quite a shocking amount.
Why do I care? Move on. Alright, well, I'm gonna walk over and wait. Yeah, okay. Well, that was a certainly fun episode. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll have to make sure to turn the sound on because that's fun. Why? What the heck? Mountains just randomly. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. It was super fun to record. This was where the water tastes like wine. So I think the story base is you're trying to find El Dorado is like the city of gold, maybe, like everyone else, but or you're just supposed to spread stories. But that was certainly fun. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.